Hey everybody, it's Jackie Francois Angel with Ascension Presents, and today we're going to talk about how to battle laziness, how to combat laziness, especially when you're quarantined. But really this applies to any time in life. Maybe if you're a student and it's summertime, how do you combat the temptation just to sit and watch TV all day? And, Netflix is like telling you for the fourth time, like, are you still watching? And you're like, yes, stop judging me. So how do we combat this? I experienced this about 13 years ago when I quit my youth ministry job to become a full-time speaker. Well, that first year I was not traveling a lot. I traveled about 25,000 miles. The next year was like 50,000. Next year was 75,000. And then for 3 years straight, I traveled about 160,000 miles a year, which meant I was like never home. But that first year I was home a ton. I only traveled once every month or once every 2 months. So I had a lot of free time. And I am a lazy person. I can be lazy and I can be not lazy. But if I don't have a schedule, if I don't have something in front of me to do, I can be very lazy. I can just sit and watch TV all day. So what are some things? I'm going to give you some suggestions. How do you combat laziness? Number one, make a schedule. For me, that was a huge part in combating laziness, is making a schedule for myself. From the time I wake up till the time I go to bed, I would schedule my day, because if I didn't, I would just fall into watching TV all day. And literally, you all know, like, that can go on for hours and you can be like, where did the time go? So make a schedule, number one. Number two, put your priorities in that schedule. So priority for your soul. Go to daily mass. If you can't go to daily mass, watch daily mass. Read scripture. For me, part of my schedule as a mom with little kids is like, all right, I'm going to make coffee. I'm going to read the Gospels. Like, I'm going through the Gospels and then I read a little bit of the New Testament. I'm also challenging myself to read a spiritual book before I do anything else. And then also in time of quarantine, we're watching daily mass. We're watching Stations of the Cross. We're praying the Rosary. We're praying the Divine Mercy Chaplet. So schedule in something for your soul. Schedule something in for your body, for exercise, going out in nature, walking around. Something else for your body, like garden. Learn how to garden. I learned how to garden. I haven't done that before. I normally kill plants, but we now have a little 4x4 outdoor garden. You can even do indoor gardens. Do something for your mind. When I had a lot of time, I was like, I'm going to read the whole catechism. So there are about 80 in brief sections in the catechism. So I would read up to that section once a day. It takes about almost 3 months to read the whole catechism if you do that. But I did it and it was awesome. The catechism is so amazing. That's how I read Theology of the Body, is when I was that first year of not traveling, when I just had a lot of time on my hands. I was like, I'm going to read a papal talk a day. And I did. And actually some days I would read more than one papal talk. I would, read 3 or 5. And that's how I read Pope John Paul's Theology of the Body. So challenge yourself mentally, your mind, and then lastly, emotionally. What do you need for your emotional health? Maybe you need to stay off social media, because for some of us that creates anxiety, it creates anger, maybe it's a temptation to lust. So in your schedule, limit your time on social media if that's actually making you feel worse. But if you're isolated, social media is also a way that you can be with others, especially in times of isolation. So if you need to Skype or Zoom or FaceTime people, that's great. Make sure you have community built in there as well. And lastly, I would say be creative. When I was single and had all that time, that's when I actually wrote the most songs, because I had so much free time. We are so tempted to just fill our schedule with just busy. I don't have any time for rest, and it's okay to be bored. That's actually when we're most creative, is when we're bored. So, learn how to bake, learn how to play an instrument, do something that maybe you've never done before. Teach yourself ballet. YouTube is a place where you can learn anything. I've literally learned how to do woodworking and how to do plumbing and how to install chandeliers and stuff from YouTube. So challenge yourself to be creative or to learn something new, especially if you have a lot of downtime. And again, this can apply when we are in isolation from a virus, or when you are, at home from school and you don't know what to do in your summertime. So those things: make a schedule, prioritize soul, body, mind, and lastly, be creative or learn something new. I hope this helps you guys, and I'll be praying for you from all of us at Ascension Presents. We'll see you next time.